Tim the Pool Man here again. I'm here to show you how to inspect and clean a salt cell. So right here, this gentleman's salt's reading 28. It was just reading 2700, and both the check salt and inspect cell light were on. Usually when both of these two come on, you always want to check your cell first before you add salt, because if a dirty cell will give you a false reading right here, in which that'll make you think you're low on salt when you're really not. So if the check salt and inspect cell both come on at the same time, you always want to check your cell. His was reading 27, it's reading 28 now. Not sure why it bumped up, but mine's reading 33 to 3400. It's not too far off. A lot of times it'll drop down to 2400 or even 2200 overnight due to a dirty cell. So to inspect it, you want to turn your pump off. I'm gonna lay the phone here so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right. This right here is the salt cell. You want to take that off to inspect it. Get a pair of blue channel locks. These will come in handy. These are lock nuts, lefty loosey, righty tighty. So you want to loosen them up. And then generally they'll come off by hand. To take the salt cell off, this is your salt cell. A dirty cell will give you a false reading. Okay, so I knew it was already dirty because I already checked it. But if you look inside, you can see the corrosion on the inside of those grids. It's kind of hard out here this dreary day on this camera. As you see that blue right there in the middle, that corrosion in there, a lot of times it'll be blue or white. You want those grids to be smooth and clean. See it on the side there, on the outside and on the inside of the grids. You want those to be smooth. No corrosion at all. Corrosion will cause a faulty reading, and a lot of times people add too much salt until they realize they got a dirty cell. So you want to get what this is called as a cell stand. You can get them at usually any pool store. What I usually do is screw this on so that way it'll stand upright. And then you want a mixture. I've already mixed mine. This is a gallon of muriatic acid. You want 2/3 of acid, 1/3 of water. I usually dump this, get a full gallon and dump about 1/3 of the acid into the pool. Then it won't hurt nothing, it'll just lower your alkalinity a little bit. Then when you have 2/3 of a gallon of muriatic acid, you want to fill this jug back up with water. That's a perfect mixture. So you want the stand, the acid, and I usually use a bucket too because it's messy. So now we got it sitting in the stand in the bucket. So then now you want to pour the muriatic acid inside the cell. Careful because the fumes are disgusting. Okay, so as you can see, it's fizzing. It's going to fizz, fizz, fizz. Keep your eye on it because it'll overflow, and then you always want the acid to be above those grids inside there. When it's done fizzing like this and the acid stays still inside there, you know your cell is clean. Once your cell is clean, you obviously put it back together, turn the filter system back on, and kick it on. That's how you clean a salt cell. Always remember to check when both of those lights, the check cell and inspect cell light comes on together, always check. Make sure it's dirty, which in this case it was dirty. He was getting a false reading. So you definitely want to clean your cell first and give it about 24 hours to get an accurate reading. But as you can see, it's fizzing way up. And what all that fizzing is doing, it's knocking some of that acid out of there. So if you happen to walk back and notice that the acid's below the grids, just pour some more inside there. That's how you clean a salt cell. Another edition of Tim the Pool Man.